It drives like all the other M240s I've driven so far. It doesn't feel any different. Holy has some extra turbo noises, but nothing too crazy as it's just, you know, cruising right now. It feels peppy though, even a little bit of throttle and I can feel it just jump forward. It just feels like it has a lot more pull to it than the stock ones do. Oh, that's good AC. That is really good AC. I'm so used to running sports cars without AC, but this AC, oh my God, this feels amazing. This is like ice cold. And I'm hoping to see how it handles once it opens up. I don't have it in sport mode yet, and I might honestly just keep it in drive for now. So far though, no red flags. It's driving quite nicely. It's very, very smooth. I think that the condition of the interior, despite it being fairly new, and exterior, is testament to the care that this car has been given. Previous owners assured me he has taken very, very good care of this car too. I don't really see any reason for him to lie about, to be honest, because he's already sold the car. Car's out of his hands, he's got the money. And he just was very transparent with me on this. Chill dude, honestly. I probably wouldn't have even come down here if I hadn't talked to him. I would have been very worried to come down here and look at a heavily modified car and drive 8 hours each way if I hadn't talked to an owner who seemed like he really, really gave a shit about the car. Now, this is definitely not the first rear-wheel drive car I've driven before. I've driven a handful of M cars, M240s, M3s, etc. But if I do get it, it will be the first rear-wheel drive car that I've owned. Having 600 ponies at the underneath it, it's definitely a lot for your first rear-wheel drive car. I think the biggest thing I've been surprised by so far is the car runs like shockingly smooth. I mean, I'm used to my M55 and E46 where there's like a lot of vibration with the engine. In my E46, because the motor mounts are going, this is a really new car. But even with my M55, you know, there's a little bit of vibration, a little bit more steering wheel feedback, and this car just runs so smooth. I mean, it's I don't want to say it feels like you're driving an electric car, because like it isn't like quite that smooth, but still, like, I mean, it is like surprisingly smooth. Holy shit. Yeah, I mean, that was nothing. That was like barely any throttle. I mean, I heard the turbo kick in, I felt it kick in, and that was like 50% throttle, like baby stuff. I can definitely feel the lag a little bit in it, but I don't hate it. I think it's probably a good idea with a rear-wheel drive car to have a little bit of lag, because it's less chance of breaking free at low speeds. Guys, I think I love this car. So far, I'm loving this car. As you can tell, I got it, by the way. It's kind of quick. Kind of might be an understatement. Yeah, it drives amazing. I've driven it for a couple 100 miles now. Haven't brought back from Florida yet, as right now we're in the compound in Palm Bay. Notorious area, and probably one of my favorite areas to drive. It's just like so much room. And yeah, we've been having a lot of fun with it. Like a lot of fun. And I haven't pushed it at all yet. I've owned for a while. I have to get used to a car like this. I've owned a lot of all-wheel drive cars. I've owned a lot of front-wheel drive cars. Actually, to track that last statement, I've owned one front-wheel drive car, but I've had a lot of all-wheel drive cars. I've kind of mastered the handling of them to some degree, but rear-wheel drive, I've only driven test drives before. I've driven a lot of M cars, and they're great, but I'm not looking to do stupid things with a car that I don't even own, you know, that the bank owns. And that's fine. But nothing wrong with that, but like, you know, don't do anything stupid. Don't do anything you're going to regret. Compound's kind of a maze, so you have to like sort of pick and choose where the heck you're going. A lot of straight roads. I mean, you can do some dumb shit on here. I'm not going to, but you could. I think I skipped the step where I tell you guys what the spec and the details on the car are.
It's a 2020 BMW M240i rear-wheel drive with 57,000 miles, clean title, good ownership history, slick top alpine white paint, black exterior, M-Aero package, PDC driver assistance and Harman Kardon audio, wireless CarPlay, full bolt-on with a DAW 2.5 plus Flowmax turbo, Dorsch Stage 2 high-pressure fuel pump, CTS intake and charge pipe, Ross Racing PCV delete, Dynon catback exhaust, custom MHD tunes by CD919 for E50 93, pushing about 500 wheel horsepower on 93 and around 600 wheel horsepower on E50. So yeah, that doesn't leave me with a ton left to do, so my main focus will be on handling and aesthetics, as this car already has well more than enough horsepower to keep me hooked for years to come. I think a limited slip differential will be the first order of business, followed by some stiffer rear bushings and potentially a little bit more carbon fiber to complement the Alpine white. I've had the car for about 3 weeks now, and I've gotten around it quite a bit, and I can tell you it entirely lives up to the hype. It is fast, reliable, and it handles incredibly well. The turbo lag actually allows it to drive like a normal 2 Series until you mash the throttle, and the rest of the aforementioned allows it to steam ahead with almost unbelievable power after that. I intend to keep this car for quite a while and look forward to making quite a bit of content on here with it. I'm currently working on getting my 335i running again after it stalled following me replacing the valve cover gasket, but I think after I replace a couple gaskets in the intake system, we'll be all set and ready to sell. The main reason I chose this over something like a 2017 M2 around the same price is because A, I cannot afford an M2 comp, and B, I already have an N55, and the M2 handled incredibly well, but it felt underwhelming in the power department, even compared to another stock M240i I test drove. That being said, driving a couple F87s is what inspired me to want an LSD on this car, and hopefully it'll handle a little closer to it between that and the bushings, even if it doesn't get rid of the couldn't afford an M car comments. Thanks for watching, and please, please, please like and subscribe and support my channel to keep me motivated to keep making you guys car content. Thanks, and Happy New Year's. Cheers.